All right. Hopefully this thing is recording. Okay, anyway, I'm going to... Okay, looks like it's recording. Okay, today I got, did not do so well with my trades. I didn't follow my plan, which I'm still working on anyway. But, yeah, um, so I had gotten in here. These were not good points to enter. And, this was probably the point where I could have looked at, okay, here, bounce off of epoch, bounce off of epoch. Somewhere around here, continuation up. Here's zoomed further out. So I had made some really bad trades. And I just got completely hammered. It's pretty bad. But I had the right overall idea. You see these VHVNs? Got this VPOC, you've got this VPOC. Got this value area here in this volume distribution there. And so trying to go long here, that did not work out. This got taken out. But eventually this did a little peekaboo right here. And then started to go up. And you can see here where we ended, 46.12. And this area here, kind of where you get your rectangle. Oh, maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more, something like, yeah, kind of like that. So anyway, there's your volume point of control, and then here's where it was at for a while. Now this is testing that previous price, where the retail price was. And I think a big mistake was I was not identifying the flag pattern correctly. I had some FOMO issues going on where I wanted to do something to close out the week, and it just turned out to be a disaster. Thank God it was on Sim, or I would have just wanted to go find a tall building and jump off of it. Anyway, where would I be looking for a flag pattern? See, this here kind of does look like a flag pattern, but not such a good one. That there does. and something, something kind of like that, I guess. So really, it might be somewhere around here that's more of a good entry point. And here we just have more evidence here that the value's still considered to be going up. And I did have a long here. I can go back. I thought I did. But I was just completely on the wrong side. I had the right overall idea from looking at this, got a little bit of a flag pattern here and starting to go up. So next week, I don't know what's going to happen, but this looks like it could continue. We just see failure to continue to go lower and still a lot more buying taking place and could go higher or not. Nobody knows. And well, this is today. See, this is another great entry point. You're able to get in on this one. That's excellent. The downside didn't fit with the context, so I was looking for this. I had based on looking at this higher time frame, I had a pretty strong suspicion that price would continue to go higher, which it did. I just had this did not enter properly. And I need to be better with putting a journal together and things like that, which I am pretty terrible with. I can see how this kind of roughly makes a flag pattern. You do have a very sharp move up, and I think that was news-related events. As we look here, what happened around 7 Pacific time, you got Michigan consumer sentiment. That can be a pretty big deal. 5:30, you had non-farm payroll. Looks like well, I can't rewind it back that far. And what else? Nothing else major, really. Going back to this shot. See, these entries were just terrible. I'm trying to go back and think, why did I enter that? I had the idea of price continuing to go up in the bigger picture, and that's what it did, based on looking at all this. And it looks like maybe this will continue to go up. We have a lot of places above that haven't been tested in a long time. And I believe 48.18 back in December of 2021 was the highest that the ES had ever gotten to. So there's a lot of areas up there to retest and go, is this too expensive? And historically, the S&P just continues to go up over a very long period of time. It's always continued to go up, regardless of recessions. We get some back and forth, goes down a little bit, but even through all the recessions and everything, and geopolitical events. The S&P has gone up for the past, or the ES has continued to go up for the past however many years. I think they came out with it in the early 80s or something. So it's continued to go up. So, well, we'll see. So if I'm looking for a flag pattern, what am I trying to look for here? So these openings, they always get me because, I mean, here we have a good one. Where's this go from? So if you were to enter that one, get rid of this one. So look at that. There's your triangle. And there is a line. And it's roughly the same line. Let's drag this, see if that is. Well, you can kind of roughly call that a measured move. However, well, yeah, this is doable. Part of this is pre-market. But what I'm looking at is, well, you do have a little bit of a pullback. It's not much of anything, but here you can start to see it. These bids moving up, trapped sellers. You can see this VPOC moving up. So there's a consensus on the value being higher. Now, the value of this product is, they're in agreement that it's going up. You know, the herd mentality is in agreement that it's going up. So maybe I'll screenshot that. So 85 to 93. That's not a bad trade. This is more news related, so I don't really know if I should count that. This is kind of a rather steep pullback. There's a lot of volume, and it goes up higher. How about I look at this? Seems to be a fairly clean setup right here. Let's break it down. You trap traders. Well, you're starting to get all this bracketing crap from the, the rollovers coming soon. Next week we'll be rolling over to ESH, to the H contract. You see here the sellers, their volume's not that impressive here. And you find more volume coming in above this structure, or even right here. Even right here, see a test and another test. You can see these continuing to go up higher, and I have 86 to 93. That's not terrible. On those spring setups, you have a little peekaboo right here, popping out peekaboo, and it's holding above the VWAP and the mid. And You know, where's the best entry? I mean, somewhere around here seems decent. Seeing lack of interest by the sellers right here. But, you know, structurally, see, we have this structure in this rectangle forming a flag. And you have this retesting this structure here. Not backing down. And we have more liquidity above. Look at that, a 7. And you can see it. It's trap traders. Or maybe a 6. Steep and large price move. That's decent. You can identify it right there. I'll give that a. Is that an 8? Measured move. Absorption by high liquidity. Oh, this continues. This whole move really continues further. All the way up to here. It becomes a lot more blurry because of that news. So I'd be looking more, you know, there's 86, 92, can still do something with that. You could look at this as, you know, the structure getting retested again. So maybe you could consider this to all be one thing. Could kind of takes the shape of a flag a little bit. News event. Oh, I'm getting distracted. So here, because this looks cleaner. Minor pullback move. Yeah, it's not that much of a pullback move. Other than here, this could just be because it's the opening, a little bit of indecision. But then you see this, once you get here, the low volume's not really that convincing. So, yeah, I'd give that a decent grade there. Entry, large volume after absorption. Don't have my absorption. Oh, I can't turn on my absorption, so I'll give that as 6. Deep and large price move. So that's a good one. It does make a decent measured move. Do we have opposing traders? Well, we start to see it up here a little bit. Start to see it gather here. But this is just one part of a much larger move. And trying to see it in real time is one hell of a beast. I'll just take the little screenshot of that, put it in my flag patterns folder. Oops. The 12/8/2023. Okay, so I'm saving that one. Reset. Let's see what else I'm looking at. And wow, that was just... I sucked so bad today. Just... I had the larger context. I could see the larger context, from this higher time frame as likely to continue going higher on multiples of these. I see it finding support in here, and then right here, continuing up. It's pretty obvious, you can see all that. And here, was there something about this nice big move? See here, it's like, where do I find any flag pattern? This is, I can see this whole thing being a flag, kind of. But it's, this is, that's, this screwed me up. This is where I got killed right here, right in this section. Especially after this, this VPOC shift. I had that as a possibility. I knew that this could be retested. These areas here, retested and retested to see, is this a fair price? Does the herd say this is a fair price? Does the herd say this VHVN here is a fair price? And eventually you have this stop run here. And so somewhere in here, if I do consider that as a flag, if I do consider that as something flag shaped, and this is I don't know, it's not such a good looking flag shape, but it's really, like Bruce keeps saying, it's the order flow behind it. It's important. It doesn't matter that it's a flag pattern. So, somewhere in here, probably be an entry where you can tell, okay, it's breaking out of this general pattern. And I could kind of see it at the time, but my mental state after getting completely wrecked here was, I'm just going to be done for the day with this before I put my fist through the monitor. It's just so disheartening to get crushed that badly. And these were micros, and I still was negative $860. Which is, my God, that means your career is done. If you were doing full-size ES, it's over. Losing $8,600. At least for me, I would be done. So, where the hell do I see a flag pattern within this? It's like I'm trying to force myself to see it. There's not really anything that forms a clear flag pattern. I mean, you have a pullback here. Can I really consider that little thing even a pullback? You do have a sharp move here. What's this thing doing? That's not much of a pullback. See, all this bracketing kind of screwed with me too, because where is the real liquidity coming in? You just see a bunch of algo puke. And could kind of see this as a pullback. There could be stop runs in there. I don't know. I don't have the MBO bundle right now, just because of budget reasons. So, if you can tell, this is in an uptrend here, which is hard because the point of control shifted down here. It had been here for a while at that point. So you might start to think, okay, that's where the value really is, right in here. That's your volume weighted average price. And this is your point of control. So this somewhere roughly in here where there's an agreement on where's the value really at. And this comes here, that kind of forms a pullback. And then this is testing on top of that structure. You're right here. You see how choppy that volume profile is? That does not look good. It's very toothy. That just means there's not a whole lot of decision. Overall, you can kind of see it, progresses upward. As far as looking for flag patterns, I just don't see many of them that can really fill all that criteria that I'm looking for the flag pattern. See, where did I drag that little thing to? Yeah, I dragged it off somewhere. I can't find it. Okay, there we go. So I'm trying to look for these criteria, and then I also notice things with the point of control, which I don't know how that fits. I have the CVD on here. I am still trying to see how that could potentially fit in with this, but I suppose for now I should just be not having any sort of indicators, just have a naked chart here. I'd have the candlesticks just to help me stay better oriented with this. But wonder if today was more psychological reasons. I was pissed at the end of it. I wished I could just haul this market right behind the shed and just send it to the ER. It's tough sometimes not to just blow a hole right through my computer screen. Now, that wouldn't do me any good. So this, it's like, where the hell do I get in? Right here, I suppose. Maybe right here, because this shifts, that could, how much do you have? You got, what, 5 up to, maybe 13. You have to make it through all that. I don't know. So really, where would you enter in on this after you see this strong move up? Well, maybe finding support here, because it is still higher than here. And test it off here. So either somewhere in here, or maybe somewhere like that. So we're moving away from this area, maybe somewhere around here. 95. You have to sit for a really long time. You could potentially get 15 points out of that. So, my God, this gets so discouraging working on this for 3 years. Haven't made a penny on it. I really need to get this thing going next year. I'm going to be in trouble, and I'm going to have to, just hang it up and pursue something else. And just because of financial reasons. So I'm going to try to keep toughing it out here. A lot of the world's most successful people, they had to go through hell and back And they considered giving up multiple times, but then they kept at it, and then they finally at some point had success. It's a very common story between a lot of successful people, so keep sticking with it. A lot of this is so abstract, it's so... Wish there was something a little more mechanical where this is just red light, green light. Do this at this time, do this at this time. Set criteria. Just have mechanical rules for it. You know, go, no go. Overall, I had been doing pretty well with the flag pattern. I just got to keep working on it. Maybe ask Bruce a few more questions on Monday. But, okay, yeah, that's enough rambling on about this. Anyway, I think I have gone through about as much as I can, really. I mean, other than to see this point of control, how it's moving. I got killed here, but I had the right kind of alignment. I just did not find the right places to execute. So when this started to go, I should have figured, okay, this, you have potential to retest this price, which it did here and here. So if I can't find support above a VPOC, good chance you might visit here, mid and VWAP, and point of control. And then here, this, let me see how this filled. None of this actually filled, it pulled. This came down. I don't know what happened. This, you just have a void here where nothing happened. Yeah, damn, that's about all I can come up with for now. Well, I mean, this, if it's supporting above here, you start to see this. Somewhere, you know, somewhere either in here or in here would be where I would get in. Yeah, I might end up prematurely exiting when this VPOC shifts down. You can see how this, see that when you have this kind of thing happening, this bracketing algo really makes it tough to read. Okay, well, I'm going to end the video. I'm getting tired now. So, that's it for this one. I'll be trying to make another video soon here, maybe tomorrow or Sunday. So that's it, and good night.